welcome back to Disco Elysium. For those that are wondering where I'm at in the game, because this is gonna be a little odd. I meant to stream early, just for giggles, you know, a little earlier stream, and I kind of messed up. So I do not have a lot of what had transpired exactly between last video and where we are at right now. So I'm just gonna have to fill you in for those that need it. Managed to oop, hold on. Black swallows are okay. I hear birds chirp. Let me pause this. I managed to forge the documents that Everard had wanted me to get signatures of, or for. I mailed those off and spoke to Everard again. Didn't let him know that obviously didn't let him know that I forged them. I just let him know that they got mailed out. And I also gave Gart a bird. Or did I do that actually in the video? Can't recall. Anyway, the big thing was, or the most major thing was that I got the forgeries done, or the signatures forged, and got those out in the mailbox and let Everard know. So that bit's done. As of right now, I'm just back in the new area once again by the church to do a little bit more checking around. Looks like Ruby had been in the church area. We already know that Ruby had stayed where I was at. Oh, and Everard does not have my gun. Apparently, I've got to meet somebody at a fishing market, or fish market? Fish market. To find the person that might have my gun. And I still have to meet with a smoking man. Haven't done that yet either. But anyway, so it wasn't a whole lot of time, a whole lot of stuff missed. Primarily, it was just me getting those signatures forged and mailed off. Otherwise, there wasn't much else to miss. Thankfully, I caught the issue, got that fixed, and I think everything's working fine now. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on. And where am I walking so slow? Okay, I talk about continuing on. Wow, that music got really loud. I can't remember what I was doing. What's this place? Oh, okay. I couldn't remember where exactly I was at. And, you know, I still don't know where I'm at. Isn't this where the... Okay, there's the washing lady. Okay. Now I know where I'm at. Good, I got a little confused there. It is 1739. I want to try to do a little bit more exploration before I think I have enough time to check or to meet with a smoking man over at that apartment building. And then I also should have enough time to come back here. Or actually, you know what? I don't even know where the fish market is. Tiny cages? I suppose I should figure out where that fish market is before I, before I get pressed for time, and then I'm trying to find it, you know, while being under an immense amount of time constraint, I guess. How do we get up here? Oh, okay, there we go. I forget where the fish market is. I can't remember at all. Who's this?
And Mikael noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Huh?
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here.
How is it no Kim?
Rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Why the hell would I feel that?
Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
I'm hoping this opens up a lot of stuff.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. they had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to him?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
I accidentally hit my mic. Sorry.
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Not sure how much I want to expose the kid to that way. I mean, kid's gonna have to learn, I'm sure, but not through me.
Tape computers.
Oh,
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
And I remember when tape decks for computers were a thing. I just aged myself completely.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
I think he did. Yeah, he did. Humpty Dumpty Dum Center.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Yost?
The Womty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The
Okay.
exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Womty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in
What
Vredefort
was that?
and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
Okay. I was curious about that because it had a weird sound to it.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting,
Wait, what?
perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Wait, the what?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the felt playback experience, but those are incorrect. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Wait, that thing in the other... No, that was something else. Never mind.
But of course, what else?
I think that's it.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick my brain.
Pick your brain.
Ah, just
If
said that.
anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. I still got to figure out the fish market because I know I've got to go back, talk to the smoking dude, the power box. Oh, box. And money! And might as well stare at this real quick.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Let's step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big.
Okay, so we explore the coast for signs. Oh. Looking for Ruby brought you to a mural that you somehow think is important. Inspect it thoroughly. Okay.
There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Why single out this one building?
Impossible. Yeah. I still gotta check the others, so that'll come later. Fence blocks my path. Okay. Where did they say the fish market was? Because I can't remember to save my life. Nothing here. 'Cause now I'm just running around. Oh, I think this is where I found the jacket. Yeah, okay. This is where I got the jacket. And a few other things. But yeah, now I can't recall where that fish market's supposed to be. This should be... Is that... It's the church. Past the church? What's over here? You know, I do have a map. It'll be dumb. Church, Fisherman Shacks. Okay, maybe south of where I'm at. I need to be able to at least pinpoint the fish market because, as I was saying before, I've got to still meet up with the Smoking Man. Smoking Man reminds me of freaking what was that TV show? X-Files. Anyway, I still gotta meet up with him, and then I know I'm gonna need to come back here right away to maybe find the person that still has my gun, or that bought my gun from the pawn shop. And like I was saying before, I don't want to be stuck trying to figure out where the fish market is when time is running out for me to find it. So, I can't go there. It'd be nice if... Where the hell could this be? There's a lot of... Well, there's a lot of people there. That's not the same building. Okay, maybe it's over there. And yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember where the hell the fish market was. Or where they mentioned it was. I'm still got my flashlight. This flashlight has the most amazing battery. Because it hasn't died yet. It's just out. Oh wait. No. Let's go down through here. Maybe the fish markets were this direction? Not seeing anything else. Talk to you.
Here we go. Nice and
Oh,
easy.
Morel!
No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Hi, Gary. Crypto fascist?
Don't worry,
Fascist?
Gary.
Fascist?
I'll handle
I
it.
can't talk.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Of course.
Huh.
thank you for passing along the message.
And a new skill
That
point.
damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
It's been fixed.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
I will let her know.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going. I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
I still got a point to spend. Let's see about that first. Perception's 8. Wow. Pain threshold, endurance, volition, logic, rhetoric, drama. Not sure what I want to spend it on. Interface and composure, savoir faire, and eye coordination. Suggestion, maybe? Drama. I'm gonna go with suggestion. Drama's already also at 8. Or, wait, authority. Empathy could max out. What was Inland Empire again? Punch and gut feelings. I'm gonna go with suggestion.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it?
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now. No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this.
Which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Seems puny, to be honest.
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists in our present case. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Okay.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long,
Would be glory itself.
very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore. I have to resist the thought such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect.
Oh, I can check the
That's why
traps.
it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate. Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick. Yes. Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course, but we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought. Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
Nope.
Yes. What? I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's
Okay.
very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab.
Okay.
A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
Well, the pursuit of knowledge is its own justification.
Is it?
Yes.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed.
Okay.
It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Just lay it on me.
Wise choice.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop.
Oh, Jesus.
Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
Okay.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Ooh, okay, I want to make sure I can get them
Thank you
back
for
to
your
Lena,
help.
so
Gary
that
and
should
I will
complete
start breaking down camp.
that
If
task.
you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more
Nope, I'm good.
crypto-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt. What about his eager to leave friend Gary there?
Yep.
Talk to him too, perhaps.
I'll ask Gary about the possibility of him seeing Ruby.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Okay.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization. I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art the
Okay.
paragon of virtue.
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revocol.
He pronounces Revocol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Wait, Yellow Man mug. Oh. Well then. I wonder if this is the guy that we unlocked the door of.
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly. Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here, if you can remember it.
Okay, so maybe possibly visit Gary when Kim's not around.
My mug? Well,
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
I am. Or, you know what? No, I just want information.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez, so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Wonder if I can get that key.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Sure.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty. Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
I hope I can help your investigation, in my small way.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
Okay, let's go with this first.
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Have you found your door open lately? Mr. Clare must be very angry with you. Have you found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know? Is this about the Union? Did the big man open the door? So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him.
Uh-huh.
What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
I was probably talking too loud in the Whirling the other night about some theories. Stupid. Shouldn't have run my mouth loud like that. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
Let's go with this. Oh, please let me roll decent.
Is he?
Motherfucker.
He's looking comfortable enough.
Really? What's with my
Maybe it was
rolls in
just
this
beads.
game?
Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness. Not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to him. God dang it. What? And I had 72%! And I failed it. Oh god. Me and my rolling. I mean, I get some luck. I'm not gonna sit there and say all my rolling's been shit, but it sure seems like it. At least a lot of times that counts. And I did manage the forgery with a much lower chance. But still. Okay, where is this? Oh god. I gotta find this damn fish market. And soon. Oh no, we've already looked at. This wasn't the fish market, was it? I'm good. I might have to ask around. Okay, yeah, I might have to ask around because I can't remember where this fish market is, and I'm running out of time. I got 2 hours game time before I've got to meet with the... Oh wait, here's that one trap.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Let's say.
Surely. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to click that fast. Alright, so we managed to check that trap. I know there's one north. I gotta find somebody to chat with. Probably either the washerwoman or what's her name? The one with the twins. The one with the twins. One of those two, I'm sure, can get me the info I need. That's not where I wanted to go. Well, maybe. No, that's not where I wanted to go. I need to back this map up a little. There we go. Not seeing anything else. No bottles. Okay, that was the sandcastle. She told me where the fishery is, or the fish market.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? What more do you want to know about that poor girl?
Oh wait, no.
Yes, let's see if there's other questions.
What's further down the coast?
Not much. There's the abandoned church.
Okay, because I know
the
this has
Royal
been read
Church of
before, I'm
Humanity.
gonna go ahead and skip
It's been
through some of
there
this.
since before my time. Some things just...
So,
No.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea.
Oh, those people that want to
It
start a club.
started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that.
Those would be the dance music enthusiasts in the
Yep.
tent. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Just us. It's barely. This is pretty much a non.
The
Yeah, I'm
place
skipping
is
through
so
that.
pornographically poor. She
Okay.
nods, rinsing.
Maybe... Was it Lillian? I can't remember her name now. You.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Oh? Who? Okay. When? Oh,
I know I've gone through this already.
I've been out on the sea from a... Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of... Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find some... Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Okay, can't do anything with that. Shoot. Where is this fish market? Fisherman shacks. So waterfront. I wonder if there's anything further south. If not, I'm gonna go past the church. And I don't think there's anything further south of here. Oh wait, yeah. Because that road is blocked. Let's... Well, I'm gonna go back that way anyway to talk to the smoking man so I can check that trap later. Let's head past the church. And see if that might be where the fish market might be lying. What? Oh, that's the church. What's over here? Nothing? Oh, okay. Go around here. That's nice to know. Not seeing anything. Oh, okay. Can't go around the back. Kind of a bummer. I think there's one more person that was outside that tent we can talk to as well, but I haven't done that yet. And the radio tower should be in this direction. I know it's gonna start getting dark. What's this? Old fuel oil. Oh, that rock is suspicious. What's this? Money. Okay. Rocks hold money. And a door.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it.
Unopenable.
The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might...
It may have been used to serve as an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere. Or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Okay, so that knocks out that spot as a sniper's nest. Another box. Oh, sure. Rhetoric, empathy, and cash. White polo shirt. Nice. Oh, there's the other trap.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap. Always up for a good job. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
Kim, my buddy. Okay, what do we got here? Cigarette burns. Okay. Campfire. What's this? Rusted broken control box, the relay tower. We got another box here. We got a tie. Shivers physical instrument. Okay. Okay. I have no clue where this freaking fish market could be. I'm confused. I really need to either A, pay more attention. Well, I was paying attention at the time I was playing. But considering the fact that the way I'm playing this, since I'm streaming, and I'm not trying to use streaming as an excuse, but since I'm streaming this and breaking it up the way it is, I might start having to write stuff down. Hey, look at this before.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Who could I call? Ghostbusters.
You
That was
hear
bad.
the tone. The machine is inoperable.
I don't want to dial a random number. I need to find me a fish market. Oh, okay, I can go here. What's this? Big white canister. Who are you? Wait, let's check the garbage first.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
Oh.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Okay, and you are?
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully.
Oh boy.
Just another day. Just
didn't expect to run into another one.
Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits. Or maybe it was just dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head.
I'm just going to go down the list.
An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Ooh.
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Okay. I don't want to disappoint my buddy.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall, the blackness of death, stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there, solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario, even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine
Jesus.
the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
Looks like just no drunker to me, but we don't know anything else yet.
We do know that he was married. But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
You think he was drunk?
Oh yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Don't think it's related to Ruby, though.
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident. And
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
That's a stretch.
without any further evidence, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Well, what about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body. From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better. Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Okay, where's that library? Interact. Handwritten note fridge. My badge. I don't know. Oh, there it is.
The library
I didn't
card
see it.
is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch.
Billy Magine.
The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Majon, expires July
so that wrong.
53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55
too late.
211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
Okay, so number to call.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Majon.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
We'll have to do that in the morning, though, unfortunately, because they would be closed. Okay, Okay, do I want to look at this? Alright. And I thought this would be... Ah, jeez. I don't know where this whole fishing market is now. I'm so confused by it. Unless this is it. But I'm not seeing any market. Although it is about nighttime now. Oop, oop, oop.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind.
Oh, hey.
They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Yeah, my eyes aren't the greatest right now. I wear glasses, but hey, I could still get them right on the bullseye when I need to. Check this trap. It's already
This is the
1940.
trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But the reeds hiss and shake in the darkness that has settled over the abandoned camp. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Okay. I no closer to figure out. Whoa, what's this? I don't recall seeing that light up. Huh. Okay. Interesting. A way to get there though. Oh, what's that? I'm finding all this little stuff that I wonder if what becomes revealed to me out here is related to my perception. That would be really neat. I mean, like if your perception was really low, you wouldn't see half the stuff that appears here. Oh, money. Alright, it's a thought. And there's something on that roof. Is there a way up on the roof? I still haven't figured out where the hell this damn fish market is. Unless it's one of these buildings and I'm just not making it out. But actually, I'm just over an hour. Let's see, we got the stairway there. I don't see any way to get up there. Not from here, anyway. I might have to see. I don't actually. Considering the time, I might not be able to make it to the fish market portion tonight. That might end up taking place in the next video because I am just over an hour now, and as usual, I've got to deal with making dinner and other fun stuff. Let's see, bench, drunk people, and was I in the shack? Pretty sure I was in there. Although I don't recall it being in a separate map. Or separate scene. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, I've been there before. Alright, so what I'm gonna do right now is I don't even think I'm gonna get to the smoking man in today's vid. That might also be for tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess you could say, position myself over back in Revachol East. Basically where I started the game. Oh, there's the other trap.
It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
I figure we'll take the mysterious smoking man up almost immediately tomorrow, because he's supposed to be home around after 21. And I'll have to figure out where that fish market is so that way I can meet up with whoever may have my gun.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Oh.
No locusts.
No locusts?
No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still. I don't want to yell.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
You're right, but I still need to tell the cryptozoologists. Probably wasn't the phantom, but what if it was the phantom? What if it ate them and got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We're not cryptozoologists. We're cops.
Almost forgot I gotta meet back with them, too.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask the wind again? The reeds bend forlornly toward the constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow, and there's that cold again.
Can I do anything else with this?
You've checked all the traps now. There's nothing else to do with them.
Okay,
The cryptozoologists await your report.
Bummer. Oh, I thought I checked this before and there was no money in there. At least I don't recall there being any money. Alright, I'm not seeing anything else out of the ordinary here. What was down here again? Oh, there was this hut. Funny thing is, that looks like something I can pick up, but I'm not able to. Makes me sad. Alright. I didn't check the church, but I will get to that probably next video. Anything in here anymore? That was locked last I remember, yeah. Can't even do anything with it. Okay, back over the lock. I'm gonna head over to where the cryptozoologist is. I have a little time. I can chat with them for a little bit. I think. They should be the whirling rag, so making a beeline over there. Did I pay for a night? Can't remember now. If anything, I could pay for another night. That's no big deal. I've got enough for 2 more nights. Hey, they're there.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Okay, and who's that? The other police are here. The other officers. That's not scary, is
Oh,
it?
sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie. Mexican origin.
Oh.
The pin is an antique. Quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
I never said you've seen it.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Who's bugging me?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me. I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
I'm trying to remember now. Digging, I kind of really want to get back to the task at hand, but at the same time, I know by uncovering more information, I could open up other avenues of interaction with other people.
Our
So-
first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him.
I'm
Interesting.
gonna trudge on through.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
Okay, that's all for now, I think, in regards to that. Now then, and who is this fella? Oh, I never did mention the traps.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Good. Okay. And completely empty?
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning.
Yeah, I think somebody messed with it.
Them.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
That's exactly what it is. What a deft enter. This phasmid. It's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true. I don't know. I'm not persuaded. Are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations? I think that's a good one.
Of course we have.
Or might have been a bad one.
Wait, Morel. He may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses.
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Yay!
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure?
Not really.
What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization.
When do I
is
insult
it?
morale?
The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary?
No. No, of course not. Why? Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. That's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
He doesn't want to say it, but this is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging than the coast.
Oh, why so eager to go home?
Why so eager to go home? You have your suspicions.
God damn it!
But
Twice
nothing
in a
you
row.
can form into a viable explanation.
Really, officer, we can take it from here.
Ah, damn.
Yes, sweetie, we've already taken too much of your time.
Okay, I'm gonna get going. Get going from them, and I need to get going myself. So, okay, looks like next video, it is... Let's see, we got 2000 hours, 2009. Which means the mysterious smoking man will be coming up. As well as trying to find, hopefully, my gun in the next stream. So, I need to make dinner and do some relaxing before I begin my The Evil Within stream later tonight. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you coming by. Hope you enjoyed yourself. And I will be putting this up on YouTube, so be sure to follow me here for updates on when I stream. Also, check out my YouTube, subscribe to me there so you can see what else I've been playing around with. And hope to see you again soon. We'll be taking this back up tomorrow. Have a good night, and bye.